Welcome, everybody. The college football season is approaching, which means it's time to get prepped for the new season. I'm Joe with the Game House, and today we're going to be taking a look at coaches on the hot seat for the 2023 season. We're about to get into coaches on the hot seat for the 2023 college football season. Now, we don't always like, coaches losing their jobs or, even coaches jumping jobs from one to the other all the time. But it's fair to note which coaches might have to worry about this, which programs might have to worry about this upcoming season, as maybe they haven't met expectations in the last couple of years. So let's get it started with the ACC. We have Boston College, Jeff Hafley. Solid start to his time at Boston College, 6-5, then 6-6. But last season didn't go as planned with a 3-9 record. Boston College is a pretty tough job, but you package together two losing seasons at any Power 5 school, and you probably might be shown the door. I mean, we're gonna get into some other ones here down the line, but that's just not a great feeling to have. So he could be on the hot seat again. I don't know how Boston College feels about him maybe having another losing season or not, or if he can overcome that and have a winning season, but that's just something to note heading into the year. Big Ten, Tom Allen. He had some really good seasons at Indiana. At his peak, 8-5 in 2019, 6-2 in 2020. Since then, he's 6-18 over the last two seasons. Michael Penix transferred over to Washington, and also he was injured a lot in Indiana. It's a tough job to find success in that Big Ten, but another losing season might get them to change things. I think the Big Ten jobs specifically and the SEC jobs with the TV contracts could really become more appealing, even those smaller schools. I think that's something to note is that they could offer more money, and if they do that, then I think a lot of coaches would jump at the chance to get paid more and see what they can do, even if it is at a school that hasn't had much history like Indiana. All right, Michigan State with Mel Tucker. So in his second season, Tucker looked great. Spartans went 11-2. No one was expecting it. Then he got a big contract extension. He went 5-7 last season. I don't think his hot seat is too hot yet because they have to buy him out if they fire him after the big extension. But I don't think paying a coach and then having him go 5-7 is really what you want. So if he has another bad season, it's maybe the seat starts to get a little bit warmer as time goes on. We're going to get to another coach with a 5-7 record who the seat is pretty hot as well. But I think Mel Tucker, I think it's still got a little bit of time to really feel that hot seat. But I think if he can turn it around and make a bowl game this year, that really helps stave off the boosters who maybe want to fire. All right, Ryan Day. How good of a coach do you have to be and avoid the hot seat? Well, if you're at Ohio State, you can be 45-6, and that may not matter because he's lost to Michigan the last 2 years. He missed the playoff 2 years ago. He didn't make it despite the loss to Michigan last year. But another loss to Michigan or a down year where they even win 10 or 9 games. I mean, the fan base is already calling for it. I don't know how the boosters feel per se, but this is something that could definitely happen. As we know that crazy things happen in college football. So I do think Ryan Day is going to have a good season. I do think he can play himself off of the hot seat, but for right now, it looks like maybe the fan base is just dying for another season where they make the playoff, win the Big Ten, beat Michigan, and possibly win a national championship, which they haven't done since 2015. All right, the Big 12, Neil Brown. This is probably the guy who has to, probably the seat's the most hot, I guess I could say. 4 seasons at West Virginia. Made 2 bowl games, record 22-25. Things don't look like they're improving. West Virginia's been picked by a lot of people to finish last in the Big 12. A losing season can get him fired. He did a good job at Troy before this. You would like to give a guy more time. It's just not how it works. I mean, I wish guys were going to get a minimum of 5 years at least to show that they can turn a program around. But especially with the transfer portal and everything else, NIL. You can't always afford to give coaches 5 years if they can't get the job done. So Neil Brown on the hot seat this year. We'll see if he can turn things around. California with Justin Wilcox. He went to two straight bowl games, 2018 and 2019. He's not found success since. He went 1-3, then 5-7, and then 4-8 over the last 3 seasons. He may need to make a bowl game to save his job. They do have some good talent on the roster, including running back Jaden Ott, who had a very good freshman season. So there's potential there. But he really needs to push forward here. And then we also have, on top of this, the Pac-12 not knowing where some of the teams might be going in a couple of years. So California, we don't know if they're going to be in the ACC, merge with the AAC. That could affect if they fire someone, how much money they have to pay a buyout, how much money they have to pay the next coach. So just you have to keep notes on what's going on with that during the season for Wilcox's job as well. All right, the SEC, Texas A&M, Jimbo Fisher. I mean, it's not a secret that boosters are not happy with Jimbo after the 5-7 start, or after the 5-7 finish last year. Still has a 39-21 record at the school. They've gone from a couple different coaches. Kevin Sumlin, I think they expected bigger things out of too. The recruiting classes have been really good, but it has to show up on the field. There was talk of would they buy out, pay this insane buyout to get Jimbo Fisher to leave after last season? Decided to keep him, but I think another losing season with how much talent they have on that roster could be very bad for them. So brought in Bobby Petrino to run the offense. See how that goes. Maybe that can really help him. I think a lot of the problem was Jimbo not adjusting his offense to the times. But he better get to a bowl game. Otherwise, it may not be pretty for him. Never want anyone to get fired, but it's just one of those things where those boosters give a lot of money and they're going to expect results. Some group of 5 coaches. Butch Jones, formerly of Tennessee. He won 5 games in 2 seasons at Arkansas State. He may be gone after this year. Danny Gonzalez at New Mexico. He's only won 7 games in 3 seasons. Mike Bloomgren out of Rice. He's 16-39. During his time at Rice. ULM, Terry Bowden, 2 straight 4-8 seasons. Might be room for him to be fired as well. It's probably more coaches will be on the hot seat by the time the season gets started and possibly fired after a certain amount of time. We'll have to see how that goes moving forward because it could be some guys not on this list. It's just things move fast. I think there was 20-something coaches fired or retired last year, so they needed to be replaced. So this list could get a lot longer. Let me know who you think should be on the list, who might be fired by the end of the year in the comments below. A reminder, I'm Joe at the Game House. Make sure to like and follow while we're doing this. For now, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.